The other day I made a video about the 4% rule, and I admittedly botched the explanation of what the 4% rule is. And look, I consider myself to be a financial expert. I really do. I've spent many, many years, many hours studying finance, and I still screwed up the explanation. And so, thanks to a very eagle-eyed or eagle-eared, I guess, follower who pointed out my flaw, I've realized where I went wrong, and I've decided to do a deep dive video into exactly what the 4% rule is, what it entails, where it came from, and all that, because I figure if a financial expert such as myself can screw it up simply because I was relying on received wisdom, then chances are there's probably a lot of other people out there screwing it up too because they're relying on received wisdom. Then anyway, in a nutshell, here is what the 4% rule is. It's a withdrawal rate from a portfolio that is very unlikely to ever put the portfolio at risk of being exhausted. And it's actually only the initial withdrawal rate, so 4% of the initial portfolio balance, and then you adjust that value for inflation each year. There was a gentleman named Mr. Bengen, Bill, I guess, Bill Bengen, I think is his name, who wrote a paper in 1994, who illustrated this rule, or who suggested this rule is not a good word, this rule of thumb is a better way to put it, because he found that there was no 33-year period from 1926 to 1976 in which such a portfolio would have run out of money. He was actually testing 50-year periods, but most people don't need retirement portfolios last 50 years. Nevertheless, it's not unreasonable to think about that nowadays, especially with the FIRE crowd out there. He did find in that paper that a 3% rule, or all the way up to a 3.5% rule, satisfied all 50-year periods. So that's one of my next longer in-depth YouTube videos, is going to be an examination of the 4% rule and its findings, and then a follow-up talking about the follow-up papers, most probably the Trinity study in particular. So be on the lookout for it.